First, the employer has to prove they have what Florida law calls a legitimate business interest worth protecting. Now, this isn't just some vague concept. The state actually lists out what counts as a legitimate business interest, and this is where most cases are won or lost. The most common legitimate business interest is trade secrets. If you had access to proprietary formulas, confidential business strategies, specialized manufacturing processes, or sensitive technical information that gives the company a competitive edge, that's a trade secret. Let's say you work for a company that developed a unique software algorithm, or you knew the secret recipe for a product. The company has a legitimate interest in preventing you from taking that information to a competitor or using it to start your own competing business. But here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about trade secrets. Florida law also recognizes substantial relationships with specific, prospective, or existing customers as legitimate business interests. This is huge, especially in service industries. If you are a financial advisor who spent years building deep relationships with high net worth clients, or a sales executive who personally cultivated relationships with the company's biggest accounts, your employer has a legitimate interest in protecting those relationships. They invested in building your book of business, and they don't want you walking out the door and taking those clients with you the next day. The statute also includes other legitimate business interests, like confidential business information that doesn't quite rise to the level of a trade secret, substantial relationships with prospective customers, and even goodwill associated with an ongoing business. The key is that there has to be something real worth protecting. A company can't just say, "We don't want competition," and expect a court to enforce a non-compete. They need to show actual, tangible interest that would be harmed if you went to work for a competitor. Now, even if the employer can prove a legitimate business interest, that's only half the battle.